Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting. We just updated it. That's why I know how many videos is on there.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there, man. So if you're interested, definitely check that out, guys. The link for that will be in the description.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's shaking, guys, man? Shout out to the free thinkers.
Man, you already know what it is.
This is going to be a good day.
You already know what it is.
It's always a good day when we do Gojira, man.
So what we doing, man? Esoteric surgery.
Okay.
Is I believe how you pronounce that.
Off of the, what is it? The Way of All the Flesh, I believe.
Yep.
Did I get that right? The
I
Way
think
of All
so.
the Flesh album.
Yep. And then we did
Art of Dying.
Yes.
And
That's
then we
what
did.
Yep.
I think we fucked this name up before, even when we did it. We're going to fuck it up.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
Just say it fast. Ouroboros.
Yeah, the old bus. Yeah, and that one, we haven't really made our way through this album completely, though.
Yeah.
You know, there was maybe one other song I've heard off this album, and we tend to try to stay away from bands that we know are
We're gonna get back to
a big deal on the channel that we're gonna get back to. So there is a possibility that they may have performed this when we went to go see them and we heard it. So I don't remember. I really don't remember the set list, and maybe we can look.
That was just a great night, though.
It was a
great night, and we was just high off life, and it was a whole
It
experience.
was a cool ass night. Shout out to our guys, friends of the channel, by the way, man. You know, Gojira and all their management and everything,
Yes, sir.
man.
So before we get into the song, guys, shout out to our patrons. I want you guys to know that we have something special cooking for you, because this was a request that came off of Instagram. I don't want you guys to think, because I saw a couple comments in Patreon, people saying, wait a minute, what about us?
Yeah. This is separate from Patreon altogether. Right. This is more for YouTube. Patreon has always been a different. We always got certain things that we're thinking about, different avenues that we're gonna go with. You know, spicing things up for you guys over there.
And content that will always be on Patreon.
That will be exclusive to Patreon. So yeah, completely separate.
But if you guys were on Instagram, you saw that we're piloting kind of a way to kind of structure this to get to more requests. Because I know on our YouTube channel and on Instagram, there's so many requests, man. And this is kind of a way that we're trying to get to more songs. So that song, Esoteric Surgery, won that particular voting process. And Snot was the name of the band, and Absent kind of came into a close second. So we may kind of figure that out. We may get to both. I don't know. But but technically, that's a crazy name, though, right?
Never even heard of that band. So shout out to everybody that jumped in on that and voted, because that is a band that I've never heard of.
I don't think we would have gotten to it.
Nah, I don't know if we would have ever got. I don't even see that request happening. So their fans came through heavy for them. Salute. So yeah, back to Esoteric Surgery. It's off the Way of All Flesh album, which came out in 2008. But we did hear the Art of Dying off this album and Ouroboros, like we mentioned. Yep. And there may have been one, maybe two others that I've heard personally. I'm not sure if Ryan's heard anything else off this album.
I don't think so.
And we may have even heard this song, to keep it real with you, when they performed their set list here in Vegas, when we went to go see them in Vegas. I'm just not 100% sure. So we'll let you know. But I'm just happy, man, to get back to these guys, man.
I'm glad that won.
Yeah, we're very, very happy. And we're going to get back to the new album, guys, for the people who are asking. We're going to touch the new album. So just to give you guys a heads up on that, because we're still getting a lot of requests for songs off that new Fortitude album. So be on the lookout for that. Let's get into it, man. You know, a staple act on the Lost to Vegas channel, man. Gojira, Esoteric Surgery.
Crazy.
Boy, cold.
Yeah! That is nasty. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. 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 We gotta go back. That was nasty. That was nasty. When you thought it couldn't get any nastier. Nastier is good. Nasty is good, guys. By this time, you should know. When I say nasty, that means it's just fire. It's extremely it's orchestrated in a way that's so great that I'm just ecstatic and the first word that comes to mind is nasty.
That was very politically correct. No, I always feel like Mario has same thing with Dana Carey. You know what I'm saying? Dana Carey with Tool. It always feels like they have a motherfucker that comes in that has like a microphone and just does like the symbol real quick and then dips off stage or something like that. Like helps him out. Like, nah, no way. No way is he doing this by himself. Cause that's what this sounds like, man. Like the drumming. I know the drumming is why we stopped the video. Let's just keep it 1,000. Yeah. That is why we stopped. I mean, I'm just assuming because Ryan was saying go back. I'm not saying all the other elements don't sound nasty, but the drumming sounded so crazy.
It did.
The double bass, the cymbal work that we started to hear I'm like, how is he doing that?
And then they transitioned because I started by saying when we first stopped it, like just when you thought it couldn't get any nastier, right? When you thought the song could not get to a new height and level, and the song just started, by the way, right? The level in which he was playing and the speed in which he was playing the drums, and then that transition into that other groove, that was incredible already.
The drumming.
To me, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? I may be jumping out the window, but that shit was fire. Run that shit all the way back.
Yeah, we're gonna start it over.
Paul will get me all the time. Mario! Yeah!
He is a monster, man. God. Drumsticks at, man.
I like
We're gonna bring them drumsticks out of retirement that Mario gave to us, man.
The guitar work and the drumming in tandem, that shit is magical, right? In this section right here, that is crazy. And the transition into it was nasty too. Mario made that transition hot going into this new groove. You know what I'm saying?
You hear this sort of the eeriness in this guitar, this sort of it's hard to explain. It has a sort of an eeriness to it. So it does really set the tone, sets the atmosphere for it, but the double bass is so prominent. And the drumming is just so in your face, man. And then they transition with the cymbal work.
Yeah.
That is just
nasty. It's nasty. Bass out of nowhere. Yeah, them pauses, boy, I tell you.
This might be it.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This might be. The bag that they were in. Boy,
Yeah.
I want to stop. After that.
I'm telling you. I know you are. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, yeah.
Esoteric surgery, dissection of the soul, unsuspected precise power of the wounded astral body, you dictate me of life.
Jesus. My God.
I mean, just like Heaviest Matter, man. It takes me back to Heaviest Matter, dude. The drumming. I know, and I am trying to give credit to all the other aspects of the song, man. And I get it. But the drumming is so nasty in this. This takes me back to the Heaviest Matter. The way I felt when I heard that. Like it was like he was fucking breaking down, demolishing a building with his drum set or something.
It's crazy.
It is so crazy.
It's crazy.
But Joe is the most whisper shouting motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Whisper shouting.
He's a whisper shouting motherfucker, boy. Like, cause he's shouting, but it sounds like it's just very, subdued.
In pocket.
You have to hell yeah. He's whispering but shouting at the same time. It's just funny. I really feel like this might be Mario's. It's up there with some of the best drumming I've heard from him.
Dude, it's incredible, man. But outside of that, or in addition to that, man, it's so powerful.
Yes.
I've said that before about Gojira in many videos, man. It's just, it does something to, for me, it's just a primal thing. I just love the heaviness of it, but it's not so heavy that it's non-musical to me.
When I hear extreme vocals or vocals that are just teetering on extreme, whatever you want to call it, because when I use the word extreme, people are like, but you haven't heard this shit, man. They killed somebody on this when they were screaming, man. That's extreme. I don't know, guys. But I feel like a lot of times, man, the vocals take away from the song. And I can tolerate them, but it takes me out of enjoying some of the great musicality. It doesn't happen typically with Gojira, man. I not only can I tolerate them, I actually enjoy what they add to it usually.
Unsuspected precise power of the wounded astral body, you dictate me of life. All illness can be healed. The cell regenerates, disambiguate its situation. There is a secret code. Structure of the mind. You have the power to heal yourself. Suspended flowing in empty spaces, descending swift like a fire running down. Obstruction, disintegration.
One thing I like about their transitions is that I feel like they're not such a departure sound-wise that it just sounds like something like completely different.
Right.
I feel like they carry the same feel of the song in their transitions to the next transition. This sounds like the same song to me. And I think that that's great. I mean, I think it's easier to digest transitions when there are remnants of certain chords or tones that they're keeping consistent.
Right, throughout the song.
And I feel like this transition was definitely different. Are they saying that we could be like Wolverine or some shit in his lyrics?
The secret.
I can become Wolverine, I can heal myself, but esoteric surgery, right? Seems like self-medication or cell regeneration and all this other shit. Like we
Having
can
the
become
knowledge to at least heal yourself,
it's
right?
the secret code, they
Right.
said. You know what I'm saying? So I can become Wolverine. That's how I'm taking it. And illness can be healed. The cell regenerates. This ambiguated situation. This is a secret code, the structure of the mind, the power of the mind. There's a lot of stuff on the power of the mind. But I guess that's what the idea of esoteric meaning. It's a very sort of secret, specialized sort of field of knowledge or study that not too many people know about. When we met y'all, man, how come y'all ain't put us on game to that, man? I would like to live forever. I would like to be immortal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, hook us up next time, man.
Descending swift like a fire running down. Obstruction, disintegration, life force. Overcoming all circumstances. It is the pain.
I felt like this should have been in the beginning. I felt like the song was in reverse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like this could have been, but
I hear that though. Yeah. Disintegration of life force.
so not a surprise. Good song. I enjoyed the song, man. The ending though, the ending to me, I don't know if you guys could hear me, you know, over the music there, but it seemed like the ending was like a beginning of a traditional song. It seems like they kind of took the placement of that would have been at the beginning of a song and placed it at the end of the song. And then that transition into kind of that little bit more of a mellow type of sound, you know, that transition that we spoke about when on the last pause, I think it was. That felt like a beginning intro of a song. It felt like that maybe that they were kind of playing, and I don't know, I'm purely guessing here, guys. It sounded like that the way that song started to the way it ended was just the inverse. And I would have liked to see it that way. I felt like they had me on such a high at the beginning with such intense playing and so much heaviness in the music, and then it seemed to kind of die down as the song ended. And to me, I would have rather that been at the beginning and pump me up, because then I'd have been like, man, that second part of that song was incredible. You know, I'd have been more of on a high as opposed to bringing me down.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm getting away from the song. I still a good song. I like that. That's a playlist song for me. But that's kind of my initial thought, is like, I feel like that was done purposely, obviously, that for them to kind of gradually fade out in the song. But I wonder if that was the plan, if that was like, you know, traditionally songs start off like this, and then they kind of build up to the climax at the end of the song. Let's see if we can do that, the inverse of that. I wonder if that's what that
Who
was.
knows? Yeah.
You know,
this is an interesting song because I think, I don't know if song wise is this, if this groove is the smoothest, most catchiest groove that I've heard from them. I think it's just a fucking drumming fest. It's heavy. It's a drumming fest. And I just think that this song works for me purely more so because of just the skill in the drumming. It's such a unique, it's such an obvious in your face element that's happening in this music that it's just at such a high level. So it almost covers up the fact that I don't know if this groove is anywhere near my favorite groove from them. I think this groove is just meant to be heavy and drum filled and raw. But not as catchy as like the Stranded groove. Not as catchy as like the Arubius groove or the Born in Winter groove. You know,
that's my shit. Right
that
there.
and the L'Enfant Sauvage. I mean, all these grooves that we love from them. I don't know if this song has it. This is more in the Silvera category to me, just heavy and raw. And but because of that drumming, it was just so nasty. In the mix with the heaviness, it works for me.
Yep.
It's interesting. I feel like From Mars to Sirius was, even though the Heaviest Matter was on that album, I feel like it was a lot of atmospheric things going on, but this shit just seems like heavy, technical.
Yeah.
You know, so, but they did their thing, man.
As always, yep. So great suggestion, as usual, man. Keep them coming, and we're definitely going to look at Fortitude. We did Born for One Thing, right?
Yes.
Born for One Thing, but that came out before the album dropped. So Fortitude is coming out, or actually is out. So I think we'll be touching some of the songs from there because I want to get ready for the concert that they got with Deftones coming out. So they're coming to Vegas
right there.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely
Come on,
be in
man.
for that. So
Shout out to everybody that requested that and kind of participated in the poll for that one. I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That a staple one on the channel for many different reasons, man.
Telling you.
All right, that's the end of the video, guys. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Las Vegas.
we out.
We out.